What's good? It's your boy Logic back in here with another video. Hey, what's good? You know what? I was just thinking, like, we got a lot of girls out here talking about, you know, it's good being single, or men are the problem. That's why I'm single, or I'm focusing on my career, cut, whatever. And they'll be like, 30, maybe early 30s to mid 30s, whatever. Once you get into 40, we ain't even eyeballing those girls, so it doesn't really matter when you're 40. But the wall approaches in the early stages of your 30s, right? So I don't care if you agree or disagree. It's just, it is what it is. The girls can fight it all they want. Some girls can push the wall back a little bit, and a lot of others just they try to leap over it and they crack their leg on it. So but my theory was, like, I don't have statistics or whatever like that, but this is one of my theories. It's just one of my theories. If there's a girl that's 30 plus and she's single, 9 times out of 10, or let me see, no, I'll say 7 times out of 10, she got problems. Relationship problems, baggage that she's bringing to relationship, whether it be daddy issues, kids, financial problems, or attitude, whatever, right? And because typically you'll hear a girl say something along the lines of, "Man, men are dogs and trash and this and that." And then I was like, you gotta run the numbers. You gotta run the numbers, because even if she was picking bad dudes, she's a bad judge of character. Meaning that, what else is she a bad judge of? Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in a relationship. I'm gonna have to run things by you and all that stuff, and you can't even pick a life partner, the most important thing. One of the most important things you're gonna do in your life as far as moving forward and getting married, and you can't even pick out blatant red flags and all this other stuff like that. So even if you tried to flip it and say the dudes were trash, you let them in. You know what I'm saying? You said okay to their proposal, meaning that they did something that gained your approval, and you said, and you said, I want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So who's at fault? We can't assume that everybody's honest out there. So you have to do your research, you have to do your vetting or whatever, right? So even if I was to flip it, and then, like I said, we can play the numbers game. One girl has probably at least 10 options at all times, to one guy might have 3 options at best. Like, and I mean, when I say options, I don't mean like surefire, like, oh, I can go to these 3 and I'm guaranteed to get ass or get a relationship. Meaning that he might be eyeballing 3 girls with the attempt of trying to get something out of them, whereas a girl will have 10 plus because they're constantly being approached. So when you have almost infinite options, the odds of you staying single have to go down. It's like you're getting more chances at bat. So you're more likely to hit a home run than me. I get 3 chances at bat, while you get 20 chances at bat. Who's more likely to hit a home? I mean, not take out to account that I'm a man and she's a woman as far as strength, but you understand what I'm saying here. She gets more attempts. She has more attempts, but just racks up more failures, no successes. So when she's 30 plus, talking about I'm single, don't be bashing me, or, you men are trash and that's why I'm single, whatever. Like I said, my theory is, chances are she probably has issues. Here's why. All right, like I said, she's single at 30 plus, and she's probably had plenty of options up until 30 plus, haven't made it work. All right. Then you just got to think about it in the terms of trying to think here. She's stuck in her old ways. All right? When you're 30, and, like, I'll tell you like this. What a guy typically can usually do for a female is straighten her up. Maybe she has some bad habits. Maybe she has some things she don't understand. There's a guy that introduces logic in relationship. He can kind of like mold her, coach her, kind of like get her out of like, whatever issue she had before he came along. He could probably help like, tone that mess down. But when you're single at 30, it means no guy has probably stayed around for any significant amount of time to where you're even coachable for the next dude. Like, you're stuck in your ways. So going into the next relationship, whatever damage you have done, it's almost undoable. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why guys like going after younger girls, outside of the fact that they're more fertile, but the mileage and the damage isn't all there. Exceptions to the rule, yes, whatever. But the older a guy goes up in picking a girl, the more trauma she probably has that she's probably dealt with without getting like the therapy, the more body she racked up. So that means she's less likely to be able to pair bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, more financial debt that she's probably racked up, trying to live out on her own. Like, there's a lot of negatives with being older. Like, the only good thing is, yes, they're more mature, maybe, whatever. But here's the thing. Here's the counter to the maturity. You're talking about a being that uses woman logic. So it almost doesn't matter that she's mature when she's going to say and do shit that doesn't make sense, especially to men, but that doesn't make sense in general. They'll rationalize the most weirdest shit. So when you say, an older woman's more mature, like, what does that really mean? That, to me, that doesn't really hold any weight. So in conclusion, if a girl is 30 plus and she's single, she probably has issues. 70% chance, and I'm being pretty generous on that she probably has some type of issues. I'm not saying to avoid them, but I'm saying to vet them thoroughly, because it's just, but like I said, that's just the theory. I don't really have any real numbers to back this up, but it is what it is. So it's your boy Logic back in here. I'll holler at y'all later.